Welcome to the Orlando Lions Den podcast, your number one Orlando City podcast. For the fans, by the fans. For the fans, by the fans. Keeping you in the know on all things Orlando City since 2018.
What's up? Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Orlando Lions Den podcast. Good to be back. The week of our watch party. I'm excited. And off of a dub.
Ooh. Y'all definitely better remind me the day before, bro.
Dude, I'm legitimately flying to Florida to be there. Your ass better be there.
Y'all better remind me.
We're going to be the
night
three
before. There. Or at least in the morning.
We will. We'll make sure to do it. Don't worry. I'll text you. Send it
by
by carrier pigeon. Make sure you get the message.
Yeah, because I told you, I got short-term memory, bro. I was literally looking at tickets. Somebody thinking about, I wonder how much a flight is to go to New York in case I wanted to go to the game. Totally forgot. So let me know.
Are you bringing your new honey?
Sir.
Yes or no?
Sir, come on, man.
A gentleman never talks.
Let's move on.
You're saying about podcasts, so I'm thinking, watch party, podcast.
Let's slide. Let's slide on to the next topic.
Mike, you're paying for everything when you get down here?
Yeah, no, I already I owe Mal a nice dinner out tomorrow, so that's why we're recording on Tuesday instead of Wednesday, because I had a nice time at the casinos out here, and so she basically said, yeah, no, you owe me dinner now. So it's like, all right, fine, I'll take you to dinner before I leave.
All right. First 4-pack of No Mango No Party is on Mike on
yeah, and it's gonna get given away. I can't fly home with it, so
I'm gonna enter that giveaway.
Yeah, that's fine.
There's any rules against me winning that. Well, good to be back, y'all. Obviously got a good dub this weekend. I'm limited in my preparation as I was enjoying big monster trucks with my son. We had a good time, and maybe I just won't go to any more games because we win if I'm not there, I guess. So, but 4-2 at Toronto, that was good. We'll talk about that, and then we'll get into our predictions as well. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Obviously, Cleon and Mike, and myself, the three amigos who will also be at the watch party. So we're excited to see you guys on Saturday. That's right. Yeah, just us three. I mean, Eddie's like full time. I mean, I'm full time dad, but Eddie's got like a young star. So Eddie's like super full time dad right now. Like no minutes to spare. JJ.
Yeah, Eddie's a dadager right now. Dadager. Now, me, on the other hand, I'm a full-time dad, full-time single dad. But both of my kids ain't got no talent right now. So I ain't got to worry about all that. I ain't got to worry about all that Eddie's worrying about. Mine don't want to do nothing but sit up there and play video games and be on TikTok. So
yeah, I went out with
he's got a little more to manage right now than me.
Took my little brothers to dinner tonight, and I was getting the same vibes, Not much talent going on over there on their side either. So, but yeah, I get it. But yeah, we'll miss Eddie. Ryder's been busy. He's on vacation, but we're excited to see you guys at the watch party. Let's hop into our sponsors. We'll do them quickly. Let's go Leo first with the Epic Mortgage Team, powered by You Mortgage. If you're looking to buy a house, refinance your mortgage, hit up Leo at Loans by Leo on Twitter. Applywithleo.com. Best way to reach him though is by his phone. Shoot him a text. Give him a call, 407-844-7696. If you're buying a house, go through Leo. He'll save you some money. He'll get you the best rate, and he'll give you good advice, I promise, when it comes to locking in that rate with the mortgage and when is a good time to do it. And then, of course, we got Chad McGibbon, who's on the other side of home purchases and selling. He's the realtor. Our official realtor that we recommend to everybody, at Chad McGibbon on Twitter. Use the QR code on the screen. Chad's great, longtime Orlando City fan. So if you're going to buy a house, hit up the Lions Den and use our guys. We got Chad who can represent you when buying or selling, and we got Leo who can do all the back end paperwork, making sure you get the finance and you get the funds to come through. So hit those two guys up. I know they would appreciate it. We would appreciate it, and you would appreciate it too. And then when you need insurance to buy that new house, you got to hit up Eddie at Eddie the Commish. You just hit up the podcast messages if you want. Home insurance, auto insurance, life insurance, pet insurance, renter's insurance. If you need insurance, hit up Leo. Use the QR code. Hit us up. We'll get you in the right direction. Shop your rates, y'all, because if you're wasting money on insurance, it's not the time to be doing that. Everything's going up. Insurance is going up too. But, you don't have to. It's not like eggs where it's all the same price pretty much everywhere you go. You can find yourself saving $500, $1,000 on insurance. That's a lot of money you can pay another bill for your household. I know Eddie's done it a lot. He's done it for me, and he's done it for a lot of people. So hit up Eddie, and he'll take care of you. Mike, you want to shout out to Hourglass?
Yeah, shout out to Hourglass Brewing. We got a re-release of our beer, No Mango, No Party. We're going to be at the Longwood location, 480 South Ronald Reagan Boulevard, Longwood, Florida. Be there on Saturday. We'll be there probably around 7 o'clock. Game's kicking off at 7:30. Kappy's food truck's going to be there set up, taking care of all your food needs. They got a bigger screen there. They got pinball machines. You know, if you got kids that, you know, you want to let them kind of go do their own thing while you pay attention to the game, boom, pinball. Got it covered. So come on out. It'll be a good time. I know I'm flying into Tampa on Friday night, so I'm bringing my whole family. I just said this is an excuse for you guys to see me, and also I want to hang out with my friends too, so you're just coming with. So my whole fam's going to be there, so you guys will meet them. They're a treat. It'll be fun. So yeah, Hourglass Brewing, Saturday, the 8th, 7 p.m. we'll be there. Orlando City versus NYCFC. See if we can make this 2 wins in a row. And for the first time, see if we can score a goal during a watch party. So
yeah, if not, then we might have to reconsider the watch party.
Watch parties will officially be canceled if we get shut out again.
Yeah. But on the small pitch, we should be all right. I like our chances to score at least one goal.
You know, sometimes, you know, you just need to go to the diamond. Go back to the diamond. If you build it, they will come.
All right, Jason Christ, we appreciate you for the words of wisdom.
Back to the diamond.
All right, so we did get a big dub at home, a rebound dub off the what a lot of people were calling the official home opener, even though it wasn't. But we had to erase what had happened the previous Saturday from our minds, and we got a nice dub, 4-2. We flipped the scoreline around and went 4-2 on Toronto. You're getting a goal from Cesar and Dagger Dan. You gotta hope you get 3 points from that match. So it was good that we got the 3 points. Alex Freeman, great introduction to the starting role, and it was a good one. Ojeda got one too. So went around the keeper. It was a nice 4-2 win. I mean, Toronto gets a Pedro mistake and worldy from outside the box, which feels like happens against us a lot. But overall, it was a pretty dominant win. We scored the first 2 goals within a span of like 3 or 4 minutes late in the first half, and then after that, we kind of walked it home. So I want to know what you guys were thinking the first 35, 40 minutes. I want to know what you thought about Alex Freeman, and what your thoughts are on maybe Pedro. Gayese. Cleon, you want to start us off?
No, you go. Freeman. I know Mike's itching at the bit on that one, so I'll let Mike I'll let Mike go first on this Freeman. He's been waiting for this one for like a year, bro. So.
Because I've been high on this kid for a while, man. So obviously I want to go ahead and first just give a shout out to Jake in the chat, who said big ups to JJ for calling Alex Antonio on Dan After Dark. And I wasn't there for Dan After Dark. He referred to him as Antonio Freeman like 7 times before someone corrected him, and I think it was Jake that did correct him. So Antonio Freeman is his dad. Super Bowl winner for the Packers. He was also in attendance for the game. He posted a video of like that he got recording his son scoring the goal, him freaking out. Super dad moment. Loved seeing it. But dude, I said it in preseason. I said it when we signed him to a homegrown. Kid is an athletic freak. I think MLS posted something about the fact that it's rare, if ever, that you see a 6'3" right back. But that's what he is. He's huge. He's an athlete. Kid could do pretty much everything on the field. And right now it's looking like he's a dude for us. So I'm really excited. It was cool to see him get his first start and then also end up getting a goal in his first start on top of that. Had a couple other good moments in attack. I can't attribute either of the goals to his defending. I think the most interesting thing that I think we're getting out of this, and it's kind of something that I think Cleon alluded to in the first game when he subbed on, and especially seeing him in the second game where he got the start, I think he might just be our right back now. And it's not that Dagger is bad, and I don't want it to come across as that. I don't think that Dagger is an issue. It's just right now, I think we kind of have more needs where Dagger can kind of fit that coming off the bench. Because Alex has been solid in starting. So I have a feeling we're probably going to rotate between the two of them throughout the season, but it was really good to see him and also really good to see a great game from Cesar. And I tweeted the Shaquille O'Neal meme after the game saying, I'll owe you an apology. I wasn't familiar with your game after he hit that free kick because good Lord, man, I didn't know that he had that.
Hey, literally everyone was like, why the heck is Cesar behind the ball?
Apparently, I didn't have the broad because of the fact that I didn't get to really watch the game live, and I don't think you can go back on replay and watch it with radio audio. I heard that apparently Evan was even questioning on the local broadcast, Cesar's lining up the free kick. Like, Cesar, so lining up the free kick, not Atuesta from here, not Martin Ojeda, what's going on? And then he hits it and just mind blown. And also I'm going to shout out Ojeda real quick too, just because I know I think he lost I think they said it was his grandmother or something this week leading up to the game. Really emotional goal for him. Happy for him. Shows how much this means to him. And you always want to see that from one of your leaders on the field, one of your star players. So.
Yeah, not many people had the over 5.5 goals, but I know one guy.
This guy. I looked at our defense, and honestly, that's what made me do it. So I will say, my bad on that, guys, because I saw obviously we're starting Freeman, who's a young guy, and then our center back pairing of Schlegel and Kyle Smith, on top of Toronto being a bad team. I was like, nah, this game's gonna be a shootout. So I laddered over 3.5, over 4.5, over 5.5 goals, and all of them hit. So you can't be mad about that. I'll take that money. I turned like $20 into $130. So yeah, not too bad.
Clan, were you at the game?
No, I actually watched on Apple. I watched it live, but yeah, I didn't go. I had to double duty that day. So yeah, man. Awesome attacking performance. We had a pretty good one in the first match too. Defensively, we're still, struggling back there a little bit. At this point, I don't even know how much of it is, how much to blame on the center back period. I know how much to blame on Pedro. He's been awful, but yeah, man, I really enjoyed it. I've said it a million times before. Like I'll take winning a game 4-1, 4-2, 4-3 over 1-0 any day of the week. Like at the end of the day, this is sports. You know what I mean? I'm here to be entertained. So entertain me. And I was entertained. Very happy with so far, man. With the attack, I'm just so tired of seeing this boring style of play we've been having. Guys are just out there doing what they want for the most part. It looks like so. I don't know if I don't know if we've adjusted the system a little bit, or I don't know if dudes are just not really playing into the system right now. But overall, bro, like I really enjoyed this match. It is Toronto, so you have to keep both feet on the ground. Your boy Freeman is looking good. Everyone knows I'm notoriously. Everyone thinks you guys got it a little twisted. Everybody thinks I'm just completely anti-playing the kids. No, I'm anti-playing kids that suck. That's what I'm anti-playing kids that suck. If you got a kid that can play, by all means, play him. You know what I mean? But I'm just not one of those guys that are like just play kids, just be playing the kids. You know what I mean? If that kid's legitimately at least as good as the other guy, then play him. If he's worse, sit your butt on the bench where you belong. So that's where the confusion comes. I'm not 100% just all against playing kids. It's just the ones that can't play. You know what I mean? So your boy Freeman, he's showing he could play. So I'm all for it. Exciting kid, man. He's big, he's huge. He really helps us. He really helps us in the air, man. In the air, because I mean, we just Santos, he's pretty big himself. So I mean, he does okay in the air. As long as he ain't got to body up too much. But we get killed in the air a lot on that right side, but now that's gone flipped the other way now. That dude's a monster up there, man. So I really don't think that's his first goal we're gonna see, man. As long as he gets those minutes. We only had a couple run and play goals on the preseason, and he was one of them, wasn't
he? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's what he does.
In the first match too, easy.
Yeah, that's what he does. He's really calming the ball too, right?
Yeah, I think his passing still needs a little bit of work. But he's calm on the ball. He's, like you said, he's great in the air. Seems like so far he's been pretty confident defensively, which that's honestly where I was most worried about him.
Yeah.
And it's also
he hasn't seemed like he's been a problem so far. So
he's also fast as hell, which helps. You know, especially you can kind of once you get to compare that a little bit more with Pasalic. Obviously, I feel like Pasalic was kind of a little bit less involved in this game, but I feel like him and Pasalic and Rodriguez on the right side, I think could be a really deadly combination.
Yeah.
One thing that I want to add real quick, because I know we're going to talk about Pedro a little bit. I just will say that I love that when Dagger scored, the first person that celebrated with him was Freeman, those two finding each other. Because obviously, it kind of sucks to lose your starting spot, but to see that the guy that took your starting spot's the first guy there to like congratulate you on scoring a goal when you get into the game and stuff like that, like that's the good stuff you want to see in a team that is going to hopefully be successful. Is that good kind of camaraderie? So I'll leave that there unless anyone's got anything else to add. But we're very happy to see it.
No.
Yeah, he. I mean, that run that he had, and shout out to Kyle Smith, who I believe was the guy with the assist. The ball
hit the Hail Mary on that one.
When you got a guy that's that athletic that can, handle the ball like that, we just do it every day. Do it all day, every day. If he's going to overlap, Freeman's going to overlap and make you test. Make the defense actually defend and be good one-on-one and have speed. And I think we've seen Angulo, Ivan get into a lot of positions like that too, from long balls over the top. But then, I mean, it feels like 9 out of 10 times it's a heavy touch or, going into the corner, or he does get around and get inside the defender and then another heavy touch or a bad decision. So it was nice to see Freeman do it, make the correct touch, and then make the correct decision and put the ball in the back of the net. So I think he's got a lot coming for him. I like what you said about Dagger, Dan, and it's nothing against him at all. It's just Freeman plays one position, and he's good at it, and at the same level right now, if not better. Than it gives us more flexibility than Dagger Dan does, and more athleticism, more potential to score goals, which is what we need. And with Dagger, it's the guy can come off and he's played midfield. He can play at the winger position if we need him to. He can play fullback, probably on either side, no problem. And if we need him to, he can come in and I'm sure run the 8. If that's necessary. So,
I mean, it's even seemed like when he came in this time, he played on the wing more so. Like he wasn't even playing in the midfield. He kind of played more as a winger, and also like not to, kind of go too off the rails, but shout out to Muriel as well, coming in.
I was about to say, yeah,
given that assist on the Dagger goal, that like 2 passes in this game. The Cesar assist to Ojeda, which I believe was Matt Doyle's pass of the week, and Muriel's pass to Dagger, both excellent passes, well weighted, perfectly timed, great execution, great shot. I do want that Cesar one though is pretty because he took that defender and just tricked him with his eyes, got the defender running the wrong way, and then Ojeda just right up the seam, and the guy had no idea where he was. Beautiful stuff.
Doing what we've said for basically all last year, right? Play up the middle.
Yeah, right.
You know what the crazy thing is with Muriel? Outside of scoring goals, bro, that dude's freaking elite. Like I'll talk about like in the few minutes he's had. Like if you go look up his advanced stuff, bro, like if you're looking at his advanced stuff, he's in like the 99th percentile in MLS for everything but the goal scoring. So and he's supposed to be a goal scorer. So I mean, you just hope that comes around at some point. But I don't think he's $4 million worth and all that. But in attack, bro, he's been a monster. He's been a monster for the minutes he's played. It's kind of the same situation as what Ojeda was in. Up until this year when he's put in more of a goal dangerous type position. Yes, we had him playing 10 last year, but he's kind of playing a different type of 10, I feel like this year. More of like the shadow striker type 10, you know what I mean? Where he's just an under striker. More than playing the kind of sit back and find someone type of 10, as we had him doing last year. But Muriel seems to be in that weird spot, that same spot that Ojeda was in when he first got here, and I would say the first half of last year, to where he's not really getting the minutes you would think a DP should be getting and things like that. And all the advanced stats were there, and the passing and all that, and the passing production was there. It's just the goal scoring was not there. And that's kind of where Muriel's at right now. So, I mean, hopefully as we go on, he starts finding some type of way, and then he can get the value back up or a little bit. Whether the value is for us, or whether the value is so we can somebody actually wants him and we can move him on to get off the contract. Either way, but I feel like him finding some type of success would just be good for us in multiple ways, on the pitch and off. So I really hope he gets that together, man.
Yeah. I'd like to just have 3 productive DPs again, or for the first time ever. Not again, for the first time ever.
Say again.
First time ever, yeah.
I was about to say, is the third productive DP in the room with us?
It's hard to get to. I can't remember a time where we, besides like the second half of last year with Ojeda and Baku, where we had 2 solid, can count on DPs. So, hopefully after Pashalic's first match, he made a good welcome to MLS, and I'm here, and I can draw the attention to him, and that opens up the door for people like Ojeda and the other attackers. So we'll see how it goes. I love the idea of, I think Muriel, every time, there's one thing that you can't say about Muriel. It's that every time, like you said, man, he's got the numbers, but if you just watch the games, he's got the talent. I mean, he outclasses everybody when he's on the pitch. It's not the class factor that he's missing. And, if there was a way to find all 3 of them playing, that would be great. But right now, we just can't do it. I don't think we can't do it because you don't have anybody to back up that 10.
Yeah. Right
now, and even though you can make an argument to say, well, how good would this offense be if we had, either Ramiro or Duncan up top, Muriel at the 10, Ojeda out left, and Pasalic out right. That seems like we could be lethal, absolutely lethal. But I can't see a situation where we go into a match with Muriel, who's probably not going to play 90, Ojeda, who's had a hard time playing 90, Pasalic as a new guy, and you're like, we have nobody to come in at the 10, and maybe Angulo to come in for one of the 2 wingers, So maybe when Duncan comes back, we start him, and then Ramiro obviously has played some winger before too, so that might be something to look at. But I mean, I think at that point you got to weigh the pros and the cons, because cons are we may not have anybody to come in, but the pros are those guys start hitting, and all three of them are in the game. We could be up 2 or 3 goals before you ever need somebody to come in. So, especially with Muriel, because if he can perform like that, and he's got goal scorers, all three goal scorers up top. We know Hayda likes to score. We know Duncan loves to score, and it appears Pashlitz likes to put the ball in the back of the net too. That could be, if they're all hitting, that could be one of the most, if not literally the most dangerous attack in all of MLS. Even though Atlanta spent $50 million, but those 4 guys, if Muriel's being the puppeteer, it could be absolutely deadly for opposing teams. So something that I hope to see. I don't know if we can afford to see it yet, and that's even if Muriel's playing his best soccer, it's still going to be hard to justify not having somebody off the bench that isn't 16 years old to come play the 10.
Yeah, he's not gonna. I can't see that happening. Not for Mill, but I mean, for me, like he don't even necessarily have to be starting or stuff like that. I mean, he had to be starting for me to keep him around next season. But I'm talking about at this point, he's already here. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's already here. He's already on the cap. That money's sucked up anyway. So it's at that point, you just look at, what can be done on the field. And at this point, if he can come on and like even Ojeda, like I don't necessarily want to move Ojeda around. Like he seems like he's found this, he's finally finding where he's supposed to be at. You know what I mean? And finding his niche and his role and how to play it, and become effective. He became effective with the passing last year in it, and now from the preseason on, he seems like he's finding the attacking bit. You know what I mean? Which was we keep forgetting, but that's what he was known for over there in Argentina. The dude was double-digit goals and assists. You know what I mean? He's a double-digit goal and assist guy, like 12 goals, 13, 14 goals. 12, 13, 14 assists a season. That's what he was doing. So for that, that's what we want to see. Muriel, like he doesn't at this point. I don't need him to be starting. I just need him to come in and make an impact. You know what I mean? Is like what you were saying earlier. Like when he comes on, you can see some of the class. But I think where he's still struggling in understanding that you just can't coast on that talent alone in this league. You know what I mean? That's why you'll see a lot of times he'll just get a ball taken off him because he thinks, these dudes is like I'm better than them. I could just kind of do whatever I want. You know what I mean? And just kind of sometimes he gets caught doing things a little lax. You know what I mean? Just thinking I could just whoop.
That's why I kind of like I hated making a comparison to like Fort Lauderdale and whatnot, but like his year he came in, man, it reminded me so much of Gonzalo Higuain.
100%.
Like, watching him play, it looked like Gonzalo Higuain in Miami, where he just like his quote, I felt like I was going to come in here with a cigarette in my mouth and be fine kind of thing. And it's like, no.
That's what I think he's still struggling with Muriel.
And like Jake asking, does he start in New York? He could, I don't think we're in a situation where with how the front lines performed in the past 2 weeks, 2 goals and 4 goals, I don't think you make a change because I don't think the attack's the problem. But you could give him a start. I mean, I could make a joke that it's a smaller field and less running, but like, I don't.
That's what I was thinking. I don't know if it's a joke either. It's pretty realistic.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, talk that to Atuesta. He ran 8.2 miles in the game this weekend. It was the most in the league or something like that. But no, I mean, I could see him getting a start. I don't think I wouldn't change anything right now, though. Like if we have a midweek game or something pop up, anyway, then maybe change something up. But for me, I wouldn't do anything. He's just incredibly skilled. But yeah, and it shows. You could see the skill in the guy's game. It's just I think that we need to, I don't know what it takes for him, but he's sorry, Jim in the chat. Has an incredible skill, but could be pushed off the ball by a 3-year-old.
Because he doesn't just the effort is just the effort. The effort part is where he needs to get it together. You know what I mean? He doesn't understand he can't just like this league's physical. It's physical and it's fast. So it's like you just can't chill and do things real easy like you're playing against a bunch of kids. You know what I mean? Even if the natural talent gap is that big, just physically that closes back up. You know what I mean? So you can't just chill. You know what I mean? And think it's just, oh, this is so easy. I don't have to if I'm trying to make a little cut or something like that. And it's easy. Like, no, you got to actually put effort in. You got to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that Gonzalo Higuain, that's exactly what it's like. It's just like that. So I feel like if I say him once, hopefully he does. But if he ever just gets that mental part to where, look, these dudes aren't that bad. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's still underestimating the level you have to play at to be successful here. You know what I mean? Like, the skill alone isn't going to get it done, because they're just this league's physical. They're just physical, so they're not just going to let you play. You know what I mean? And I think he feels like he can just come here and they'll just let me play and just let me do whatever I want. No, it just don't work like that. You gotta bang down here, bro.
So I want to go into the stock up, stock down. I want to. I mean, for me, it's an obvious stock down, but I want to get you guys first, Mike. Let's see where you're at with the stock up and down.
So stock up, I'm going to be a little bit more kind of outlandish with this one, I guess. I'm going to give my stock up to Dagger Dan, mostly for being kind of what I said earlier, being a good sport about Alex getting the shot to start, still coming in, showing your versatility, scoring a goal, and also still celebrating that goal with the guy that may have taken your starting position. I just think that that's a really class from a great player, great teammate. It's the kind of guy you want on your team, and I loved seeing that. Stock down, I feel like all three of us are probably going to say the same thing, and it's Pedro. Obviously, the second goal, I don't think any goalkeeper in the league is saving that. That was a hell of a hit by Flores. That's always going to go in. But to start the year right now, 6 goals conceded in 2 games, tied for worst in the league at that. It's not good enough from a guy that's the second highest paid goalkeeper in the league. I don't know if anyone passed him in the offseason, but at least going off of last year's numbers, we're paying Pedro far too much money for him to be letting in the goals that he's letting in. So in this game, I can't really look at, the second one, again, like I said, no keeper saving that. I'm not faulting him for that one. First one probably could have done better on. So let's keep it simple. It's Pedro for me, and it's going to be him until it's not. So
yeah. For me, I don't know if I'm more cynical than Mike or whatever, but for me, I have to see to make sure, as far as Dagger is going to be good. Like, I got to see him when he don't score a goal. You know what I mean? It's real easy to celebrate, be happy when
of course,
when you come here, you score. But like, if you got to see that effort. Like, normally he's not going to score a goal. You know what I mean? So if he can continue and keep his effort up and stuff like that, when he's not scoring, then it'll be good for us. But I mean, he needs to stay up anyway, because things happen, bro. Like, anybody can get injured, anything could happen. Anything could happen at any time. So he's got to stay up anyway. We're gonna, it's just good to actually be too deep in that position. You know what I mean? If something was to happen, Dagger jumps back in. Okay, fine. I expected him to be there in the beginning of the season anyway. You know what I mean? And like I said, he didn't do what I would say he lost his job. He got his job taken. You know what I mean? He just got outplayed. And he didn't get outplayed because he's playing bad. He just got outplayed because the other dude's just playing out his mind right now. Kind of like what happened with Carr. Carr did play. Carr kind of lost his stuff too, though. But you know what I mean? Just the other guy, the younger guy, just outplayed you. You know what I mean? He wasn't terrible. He wasn't. You know what I mean? So we're gonna need both. I hope we can find some depth on that other side. For me, on that left side, and maybe in that center back spot too. I need some guys to start stepping up over there. Like, right back, I ain't worried about you now. Just like, for me, it's just like striker. And matter of fact, the 10 too. I'm not that worried about the 10 with Ojeda and Muriel. Okay, I'm fine with that. It's not the end of the world. Something happens. Left wing, it's a little shaky.
You kind of
Right,
jumped
well,
over to the
we-
next point we're going to talk about.
Oh yeah, this is stock up, stock down. I didn't even realize it was stock up, stock down. My bad. All right, stock down. That's definitely Pedro for me. Yeah, it's definitely Pedro. My bad. I didn't look at the screen. Yeah, definitely Pedro. And I'll go beyond what Mike said. It ain't just the start of the season. He was bad like that last year too. It's just, we started playing all right, so it kind of got masked. We're still winning in spite of, but he was statistically he was at that bottom group last year too. You know what I mean? Like negative impact. Literally. We can go look it up. So yeah, he's definitely stock down for me. The center backs, I'm down on all my center backs right now. All of them. Robin ain't even got on the pitch yet, and I'm down on him just for being injured. Which is not fair, but it is what it is. Stock up. I'm gonna go Aheda, man. I'm gonna go Aheda. Like I think from the preseason on, I think he's in for something big, man. I think he's about to show everybody why we brought him over here in the first place. But I think he's in for a really big season. So definitely Ojeda for me. Stock up.
So you stole my stock up. I was going to say Ojeda, just because I saw Derek tweet said that he's a top 5 number 10 in MLS, and I don't know if he's top 5, but I would say top 6 or 7 maybe. And to me, for 2-3 years we've been saying we need a 10, we need a 10, we need a 10, and turns out he's been here all along. He is exactly everything that we've wanted for when somebody to boss around that attacking midfield position. And I'm so happy that we have him here. If you've listened to us for as long as Ojeda's been around, I've been saying I believe in this guy. I think he's the real deal. I'm a big lover of Tincho, and I'm excited to see him get to where he's at right now and really leading this team. To me, even when Jansen's back, I think he's the captain. I think he's the guy that runs the team. So what would you got? Where do you put him in the number 10s in the league? I'm interested in hearing that from you guys, because I'm thinking the obvious 3.
For me, I can't put him up there till he shows it. You know what I mean? Like he has to. Yeah. But I think me personally, I think by the end of the season, I could see it. I could see it. Top 5, I could see it. 100%, I could see it.
But yeah, I think Lucho, Evander, Messi, right?
Yeah, he has to do it. He has to do it first, though. For me to say a dude is top 5 or top whatever. You know what I mean?
Got to see where Miggy's going to be in Atlanta, I think.
Yeah, I think Forsberg is another one with New York who he's kind of changed their attack a little bit. He's probably in the conversation.
Yeah. For me, I'm sticking with it. Even hearing those names, I'm sticking with it. I think by the end of the season, as long as he stays healthy, I think by the end of the season, his numbers will be worthy of saying he's top 5 statistically.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're in the chat, comment as well if you think like where you think Ojeda ranks too. Like we're kind of curious because I'm trying to think, like I'm trying to wrap my brain around some of the others too. Like, I'm curious where David DaCosta, who just went to Portland, where he's going to end up once he kind of gets, in there since he's taken that role. I'm kind of curious what we're thinking, what we think as far as like, the LA teams, LAFC, LA Galaxy, where their guys are at. Diego Luna with RSL is a young one that is probably going to be in the running for that. So it's interesting. It's interesting. I don't know that like I said, I don't know that he's top 5. He's definitely top 10. But I think top 5 is within reach. I realistically, like, this is going to send me down a rabbit hole after this. I'm probably going to go look at the last 17 games of the season last year, and look at all like the top 10s in the league and see how they performed over the last 10 games, just to see what they have to say, like what the stats say. So,
like me, that's why I'm being very clear when I'm saying this. That I think when I say top 5, I'm saying statistically top 5. You know what I mean? Because there could be dudes that statistically, if you're just looking at the stats, they're not better than a lot of dudes, or their numbers aren't better than a lot of dudes. but they'll get sold for somewhere for $12 million, and Ojeda won't. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying he will be considered, he's the top 5 guy in the league, but I think statistically, by the numbers, actual performance, I think he will. I think I can see him having top 5 numbers.
Yeah. I think at this point from Jim with Ojeda, it's a little unfair. Other 10s play with better goal scorers. I'm really curious to see what this team looks like when Duncan is back healthy. Duncan to me is I think our best.
If Enrique can play like he did last year, and then Duncan just plays like he normally plays, like I think
we'll be all right. I think Duncan with the way that our attacking has been this year, I think he's going to be even better. If I'm completely honest, the way that we're playing, I think his style of striker works well with Paslic and Ojeda. So, really curious to see that. I will say though, the reason I wasn't on Den After Dark is because I was at the Rapids FC Dallas game, and can't lie, the 2 10s in that game, Georgi Mihailovic and Lucho Acosta, both fun to watch, and both of them playing with good strikers as well that are in form. Always fun to see, and then obviously it was just fun as a neutral, I guess, because I wasn't rooting for anybody. Jake says by the end of the year he thinks he's going to be top 5. We got Rico Suave in here as of now top 10. He got to level up to be top 5. So I think we're kind of all in agreement on that as far as Ojeda goes.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. All right. So what's next? What we got? Just Cleon was talking about it already, right? The health of the team, confidence levels, how we're feeling. I'd like to start by saying it was Toronto at home. If there's something smaller than a grain of salt, that's what I would be taking it with, to be honest.
And I saw someone, I think it was John, he had tweeted out, all right, we've scored 6 goals and conceded 6 goals. Are you glass half full or glass half empty? I'm like, for me, I'm like, dude, right now I'm glass half. Like, I can't say either way. Like, we got beat by a team that looks like they're better than we all thought, and then we beat a team that is as bad as everyone expected. Like, right now the defense doesn't look good. The attack looks all right. Looks like maybe it'd be a little bit better than last year potentially, but I don't know, man. I can't say one way or the other right now how I feel that I'm super confident one way or the other. If we could go and win on the baseball field this weekend, I'll feel a lot better. They're coming off of a draw and a loss, but they're played Miami and LAFC. Like they've played against good teams. I don't know. I can't say that I have like the most confidence at the moment. And I'm also really concerned with injuries. Obviously we lost 2 players to season-ending injury list in Sukata and Cartagena. Then right before this game, obviously Janssen's out, and then
we don't count.
He was. We heard things. He was supposed to play a lot this year.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Well, when your source hears this episode, he's going to text you and he's going to be like, "Nah, he was
not going to play."
But regardless,
I'll bet my house on that he was not going to play.
All right, man. You're going to have to move in with that new honey, then I guess. I don't know. So, but anyway,
in New York too. So that's another. You just made me look that up. But yeah, man. I glass half full, half empty. The glass should be full already. We shouldn't already be talking about half full, half empty. We made an Eastern Conference final last year. We finished on fire. We were 1 game away from an MLS Cup final. We shouldn't be. Is it half empty or half full? The glass should be full of water, ready.
Glass should runneth over.
Yeah, it should be ready to drink from. We got there last year, so. And we didn't lose, we lost Facu, but other than that, I mean, we replaced him, and the guy's been good so far through 2 matches, and he has not been the problem. So, it's and with what we got with Atuesta, we shouldn't be talking about is it half full or half empty. Am I optimistic or not? I shouldn't even have a question of that, in my opinion. So the fact that I do is to me half empty because the fact that they even have to think about that is not great. It's Toronto. They've been one of the worst teams in all of MLS for the last 2 years. Their main signing, Insigne, who's their most talented player, isn't even anywhere near the team right now.
He's
didn't do anything in the off season. Yeah, it's just they've had they're the worst run team right now, and they've had the worst last 2 seasons. And so I can't put much into beating Toronto at home. I can't. And if, like you said, Mike, if we do something on Saturday, I'll feel better about it. But we should be 2-0 right now, in my opinion. 2 games at home. We should have 6 points, with a chance to go steal some points in New York. So, but we're not. So, you think the guys are flying back between the games?
Honestly, I hope not. I think it'd be better for them just to stay because, it's NYCFC and then the following weekend is Red Bull, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that they're probably staying. I don't know, but my only other thing is I'm just a little concerned with the injuries. Obviously, like Robin, Robin, if it's a hamstring, he's on the wrong side of 30. That's something to worry about. And then Bracalo and Rodriguez weren't on the injury report, and then they just completely are out of the lineup on Saturday. It's just a little shocking. So hopefully nothing too crazy there.
I heard Nico was finishing up his paperwork.
Oh, okay.
That's
well, I mean,
what I saw.
I heard illness. So if he was sick of the paperwork, I totally get it. I do that at work every day, brother. I'm sick of it all the time. Like,
what the heck paperwork could he? That don't sound right to me.
Yeah, realistically, he should have.
If it was paperwork issue, he wouldn't have been able to play the first game, right?
True.
Probably. So.
Yeah, you had to be injured or something.
I see. Jake said, if they stay in New York, where are they going to train? Dude, they'll be able to find a place. Not a problem. There's so many like colleges and stuff up there that they could probably just steal fields from. Like, they'd be fine. Like, realistically, it's just it seems wasteful to have to travel back and forth if you're going to be playing a game in the same city within
that far though
2 weeks. So I don't know. Just me, but. I don't know, Cleon. We pretty much you already went through your confidence rating.
I already went through my. I already did my part early. I already went through my part early.
Oh, jeez.
I'll say the only part I didn't say. I'll say my confidence levels. I'm confident in striker. I'm confident in 10.
Nope.
Where do you go?
He disappeared. We lost him.
Confident in striker. Confident in 10. When I say confident, I'm talking about like my confidence means like even if the starter was get injured, I'm confident in the backup. That's my definition of confident in. Right back, I'm confident in with Freeman and Dagger. Other than that, a little shaky. Because even winger, like behind them. Like we haven't really seen too much in Rodriguez to have a vote of confidence or no confidence. You know what I mean? We just haven't seen him enough. The rest of the guys, we know what they can do. I'm very not confident in goalkeeper. I'm not confident in the center backs. Not confident in our depth in midfield. The starters, I'm locked on. Like they're excellent, but that means we're completely dependent on them staying healthy and available. You know what I mean? If we lose one, we're pretty much screwed. Even if it's just a call up. I have no confidence in that. Back keeper, I don't even have confidence in the starter at this point with Pedro, that's the first time I'm gonna say that. But I don't even. He's got to get it together. He's been bad for 2 straight seasons, and I mean really bad. Like worse than we think. And the center backs is just, I don't know, something's off for me. It's probably just Schlegel, but something's off for me. Like I don't know, man.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I feel like what's the weird part though? The center backs, I'm not confident in, but I feel like they could be good together, but they just have to like something's just off. Like I feel like Janssen could be a lot better than he's been the last few years. I feel like Schlegel, he's shown he can go stretches of solid play. He just goes through his little streaks of being a screw up. Bracalo, I feel like he could be a lot better. But I just feel like he has to be on the pitch long enough and consistent enough for us to actually see that. You know what I mean? Whether that's his own doing or whether that's Poppy starting Schlegel or whether that's Bracalo constantly being injured. And that's been the main issue for me. He's just always injured. So that I don't have confidence in the center back situation right now, but I feel like it could be better. Like it has potential to be a lot better, but they just have to get it. They just have to, something's off. Like they got to get their mind right, or I don't know, something.
I got you.
Something, bro.
I got you. And that's why I put up Jake's comment saying not confident this weekend, just because I think it's kind of important to note we haven't won in New York against NYCFC since 2017. Like, if I'm looking at FootMob correctly.
That's the bicycle kick?
It might have been, yeah.
Molina?
Actually, no, I think that was an equalizer. I don't think that was a winner. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, it might have been one of those draws that felt like a win.
Yeah.
The only other time I remember, was it Laren or was that somebody else?
The Laren hat trick. No, there was a Laren hat trick there, wasn't he?
Yeah. I feel like it was.
Yeah.
It could have been Toronto too, though, but I don't know.
And then Jim said, if Enrique gets injured, we're in a bad spot until Dunk gets back. Enrique hasn't done much yet this season. It's early though. Yeah, I'm not worried about Enrique yet. But Dunk.
If anybody gets injured, we're in a bad spot until
that's true.
Anybody gets back.
That's true. That's also very true.
But I mean, I just don't think Duncan's out for that much longer. Personally,
he posts
and it's a shoulder. It's not a knee.
Hey, he went the NFL wide receiver route. He posted an Instagram story the other day that had the hourglass emojis ticking down. So
yeah. So I'm not. So
that
for
means
me,
he's back. He's back any moment. He's a Bible verse post away from killing somebody on the field.
Yeah, ready to go. He's fine. And then I would be concerned if it was like if he was coming off a knee injury or something. But it's a shoulder. It's a shoulder. He's a soccer player. Like, what's he need that for?
I mean, he tried to. To be fair, he tried to come back on and then also played a game with whatever shoulder tear
while it was injured. So I mean, I'm not that concerned with him. And like I said, if Enrique was to get hurt, like I have no qualms whatsoever about Duncan stepping in as a starter. I have no. Even if Enrique was to get benched and one's a starter, once like those two, I'm fine. I'm fine with those two. I have no issues with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if one starter gets injured and there's no one behind them, for me, that's where the problems lie. And we have some spots that are like that, like defensive mid. Like one of those two get injured, what's behind them? Gerber baby, and that's it.
I like that you're calling our homegrown central midfielder a Gerber baby. I love that.
He's not a homegrown.
Gusky?
No, Gerbet.
Gerbet. I thought you were
talking about Gerber, bro. Gerber, whatever. Goran.
Gerbet.
Goran. Yeah. Gusky ain't gonna play. This guy needs kids.
All right,
what you got? What you got for the prediction in New York?
If your name ain't Alex Freeman, stay off the field, kids.
Cleon, prediction for the game this weekend against NYC.
Oh, it's hard, man. I actually haven't seen NYCFC play this year, so I have no idea what they're like.
All I can tell you is that they went up a goal and a man against Miami and gave up a late equalizer. That's really all that I know.
I know
they
NYCFC.
They were up by a good amount.
Ping pong ball pitch or whatever it is. I don't know, bro. I'm gonna go 2-2.
2-2.
I'm gonna go 2-2.
Alex, what do you got?
2-0 to the bad guys.
Do you don't think we're gonna score at all?
Well, we're having a watch party, and we've scored 6 goals.
I forgot about the watch party, bro.
We've scored 6 goals in the last.
He might be right.
You already forgot. It's been 55 minutes.
Bro, I told y'all already. You got
to.
If you want me to be there, you need to. I told you what time to talk. Matter of fact, and if I don't respond to you, y'all try to get me on Twitter or something like that. And I don't respond, then you better text or call me with enough time. I live 40. Where's that? Longwood, right? That's like 40 minutes. So I need at least 67 minutes time in advance for you to let me know.
It gives them the time to get the SSS and the shit shower and shave. So
I gotta keep it beautiful. I can't be out there like that.
I mean, I'm not buying. I like 6 goals in the last 2 matches, but law of averages with Oscar Pereja and the small pitch and watch party. I'm gonna say shutout just so I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of need a little bit more. I'm gonna go. Give me a 2-1 win. I'm gonna be the optimism here. Give me a goal from Enrique to get off the schneid, and give me a goal from Atuesta. See if he gets in the right positions. But yeah, I sitting here trying to talk everything up. Jake's got us losing 3-1 in this, as watch party equals bad juju. I will have you know, we had a blast at the last watch party.
We did.
We got blasted, you mean?
It was we didn't get blasted.
It was 1-0.
Oh, well, I mean, if you talk about drunk, maybe a little bit, but
yeah, I needed a DD on the way home. My wife had to drive.
Yeah, so hey, that's the reminder. We need y'all to come out there, have a good time, buy the beer, drink the beer, eat the food from Kappy's. Kappy's, I'm pretty sure he sold out his food truck last time, so I need him to do that again because that's a good way to be,
And if any of y'all are like me, pay close attention, and you went last year, play close attention. This is at Longwood, Florida. Longwood. Because if they didn't tell me, I would have showed up right where I went last year, and I would have been there by myself, wondering where everybody was at.
It is the Longwood location.
Longwood location. That's why I made sure to put it on the flyer this time.
Hey, everybody don't read, so it's at the bottom, bro. Some people scan read. You know what I mean?
I put it in a different color too.
I did not know this Longwood.
Put the important information in yellow: the date, the time, the place. Well, we hope to see you guys there. Like I said, I'm coming down from Colorado. I'm going to be there. We got some game tickets we're going to give away. I know I got some like trading cards and stuff that I'm going to have to give away. I'm going to bring some Koozies again. I think I still got some left over from last time. So come over, enjoy the beer, enjoy the food from Kappy's, enjoy the game, hang out with us. I think they have, like I said, a giant projector screen. They're going to have the game on with the audio. It's going to be a blast. We're going to have fun.
I get like super giveaway-ish. So I might bring something cool.
Oh, okay. Well, there's your cliffhanger. If there's something cool, Swag's going to bring it and he's going to have it to give away. Maybe we'll end up posting about that like the day before or something if he figures out what's cool that he wants to give away.
There's like a couple things that I've been thinking about.
Just you can't do the one thing that's right behind you. Don't do that.
Oh, no, that's always...
That thing, I would be mad at you if you gave that away, honestly. Because I think you got the last one they had.
And I have... I don't know, man. I got 10 Orlando City 101s.
Ooh.
I got...
I'm entering that giveaway. You get to the beer one. I'll enter the 101 giveaway.
I got a Mauricio Pereira armband, captain's armband, game worn. So... Ooh. I don't know. I might throw something fun in there.
We'll see. But yeah, a signed photo of Eddie is what Jake recommends. I don't know how much that goes for, but yeah, we'll sign a photo of all of us and give it away. It'll be beautiful. Someone will have that and hang it up somewhere, and we'll just be in someone's house.
The signed photo of Eddie and his with his headshot. Okay. Nah, Eddie's looking sexy now.
Oh yeah, he's Slim Reaper over here. We really got to update that picture. All right, guys. Got any shout outs?
Yeah, shout out to our ghost groundskeeper, worst pitch in the league. We got to do something about it because, man, I can't give it up, dude. The
looks
dirt,
rough, man.
I mean, we're talking about going to play on NYC. We're talking about going to play on the baseball field, dude. I mean, we got good old fashioned gray dirt lining the whole outside of the pitch everywhere.
Looks bad,
at the
man.
whole pitch, man. It's not good. It's not good. So shout out to the ghost groundskeeper.
That's right. What are you wearing? You look poor. They're looking very poor. Oh, I know who I'm shouting out, bro.
Shout out Montoya.
Me. No. Shout out to him, though. Shout out to him.
Game
Way
7.
to come back.
Game
Way
7.
To come back, kid. Way to come back. You did what had to be done. Did what had to be done, Mr. Montoya. But that's not my shout out. My shout out is to the one person that got away with crimes and I thought was the only one that had enough smarts to just sit your ass down somewhere and stay there until now. Casey Anthony. Every time I saw OJ got away with it. I see OJ everywhere all the time. I'm like, man, just go sit down. Getting arrested again for doing dumb stuff. He knew he got away with something. Go sit down. Go sit down before you get in more trouble. Casey Anthony was the only one that got away with some crap and went sat down somewhere and you couldn't find her no more. George Zimmerman did some crap, always up in somebody's face, always getting in some trouble. Casey Anthony was the only one that did something, got away with it, and sat down. And now she want to come out the cracks, bro. Why? When will these people learn? Just go sit down. I give it a month. Before you see on the news for something. Something going to happen because she don't know how to sit down.
She's a legal consultant. I'd hire her.
She got out of that situation. There's got to be something good that she's out with legal.
I saw that video. I made it through about 14 seconds of that video.
As soon as I heard that she was an advocate for her daughter, I was like, click off. Like I was like,
yeah, bro. Just sit down.
Advocate for your daughter. We know. Yeah, like
just find you a house somewhere in the woods and just stay away from people for the rest of your life. That's what I would do in that situation.
All right.
So that's my shout out, non-shout out.
Well, I got like 3 quick ones. One is because I'm making this hand motion. Shout out John Cena, finally turning heel.
I thought that was a completely different hand motion. I ain't gonna lie to you.
No, I'm my bad.
and I'm a wrestling fan, and I thought of a different hand. I thought that was a completely different hand motion.
I was 100% going with the John Cena, but my bad. But yeah, I now know what this looks like, and I promise it's not.
That's 2 weeks in a row. Last week, Alex Ryder's again. Alex Ryder's over there with the
Oh, God damn, man. At least it's not February anymore, I guess. I'm in less trouble. I don't know. But anyway, shout out John Cena for turning heel. Shout out Activision for announcing that they're re-releasing Tony Hawk games again. Tony Hawk 3 and 4 coming out. I want Tony Hawk's Underground really bad. I'm probably going to go pre-order that now because I think you get a free demo if you pre-order it. And like, if I got the money to pay for it now, why wouldn't I just do it? It's like play the demo. Like, so I'm probably gonna do that after this.
We know you got the money.
Yeah, apparently. Thank you, everyone. Now everyone knows. I'm trying to keep the hot streak going, and by only not talking about it publicly. Like, and the third and final shout out is an actual real one. Shout out to TV show Around the Horn on ESPN. Just announced that after 23 years is coming to an end. I used to love that show. It used to be one of the shows I'd watch after I come home from school on ESPN. So sad to see it come to an end. I always liked Tony Reale. I thought he was fun. And the different cast members, some of them were entertaining. Some of them sucked. But that's what made the show good. At least
you know why you watch Around the Horn?
Why?
So you can catch all 30 minutes of part in the interruption. That's the only reason.
To be fair, no, I did. I always watched both of them. Like, it was one of those things after school that if I got home from practice on time, I'd watch both of them. Like,
yeah, Around the Horn. That was the pre-show for PTI.
I loved it both, but after a while, I used to get super fed up with Tony Kornheiser, which I think most people did. Like,
I was that way with the Woody guy. I couldn't stand him.
Oh, Woody Page. I kind of hope he's on the last
Page?
episode of it. Like, just because I feel like he's got to be, because he's been around for so long. Him and his stupid little sign in the background that always had something weird written on it.
Yeah, like he's like who's the guy from Ross or from Friends that always had some dumb thing on the fridge. Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a fan. I used to watch it, but
Hey, it wasn't for everybody, but I know I always liked it, and it had a hell of a run. Just sad to see it end. Like I said, it was part of my youth. So,
Amen.
Hey, all right, guys. Well, that's an episode. Let's
Sorry,
beat
my computer it's charging. It's plugged in, and it just literally black screened. So sorry, you guys have to look at me with this angle.
Honestly, you're coming in higher def right now. Like something. You look sexy, so I'll give you that.
I'm pulling the JJ.
No, you're wearing a shirt, so you're good.
Yeah, you're wearing a shirt. So you're good, brother.
Oh, there you go. There's the JJ.
All right, boys. I'll see y'all Saturday.
Yeah, that's an episode, guys. Vamos, Orlando. We'll see you at the watch party on Saturday. Let's get this dub. Vamos.
Dubs only. Unless Pedro lets in 3.
Thanks for joining us this week on the Orlando Lions Den podcast. Don't forget to follow us at Orlando Lions Den on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. See you next week in the Den.